Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to a Viva-Mundo webinar. Today we are joined by the University of South Alabama and Hannah Murphy, who will be discussing the benefits of studying obviously abroad and in the University of South Alabama. So today, obviously, we are live on Facebook. So hello to all the Facebookers out there. Please do register to the webinar on the link that is on Facebook. That way we can make sure that any questions that you ask will be answered at the end of the webinar. Now, we do have two webinar Q&As. We've got Q&A at the bottom and we've got the chat box. We don't want to use the chat box today. We want to ask all the questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. That way we can get to all of your questions at the end of the webinar. Now, I don't think there's anything more for me to say. I'm going to hand it over to you, Hannah.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Hannah, and I am the Director of Global Outreach at the University of South Alabama. So today I'm going to tell you a bit about the institution, the opportunities that we offer for both undergraduate and graduate students, and then open it up for questions. So I'm going to start with our location. We are located all the way on the very southern coast of the United States in a city called Mobile. Mobile is about a 2-hour drive from New Orleans, Louisiana, a 1-hour flight from Atlanta, and about an hour and a half flight from both Dallas and Houston. So you can see from the map there, we're pretty well connected to the southeastern region of the US. And then also in terms of coming and going, we do have a local regional airport here in Mobile as well. So you can see where the USA is on that map is the location of the University of South Alabama. We are along what is known as the Gulf Coast, and it's an area of the country known for its white sand beaches. So there are beaches within driving distance of campus. It stays fairly sunny most of the year, and it stays pretty warm most of the year because of how far south we are. So you can see our average high temperatures are there on the screen. So our summer is a hot and humid summer. The average high is about 32. With the humidity, it always feels a little bit warmer. Spring and fall, it's about 25, 26. And then winter, it does cool off, but the average high stays about 16. The city of Mobile itself is about 200,000 people in population. So it's a small to medium-sized city, big enough that there are fun things to do and opportunities, but it's a bit smaller, a bit quieter, and a bit lower cost of living than some larger cities in the US. We do, however, have the 11th largest shipping port by volume. So all of the international business and industry that comes with a shipping port, we have here in Mobile. And we're also a tourist destination. People come to visit the beaches, people come because we have a cruise terminal. And so people come to celebrate Mardi Gras in the springtime. And so we have this tourist feel at different times throughout the year. And we also have about 50 international companies in the area. And our downtown is one of the historical parts of the city. Mobile is the oldest city in Alabama, and the downtown area is 2 to 3 story buildings, kind of narrow streets. It's full of restaurants and cafes, live music venues, art galleries. And because we do have that warmer weather most of the year, you'll find year-round festivals and concerts. And a lot of these are outdoors. You'll find festivals related to art or music or food. That's a big piece here is lots of different food festivals. And there are football and rugby clubs through the city. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved in the community as well as on the university campus. So now that we have an idea of kind of what the city and the region is like, I want to talk specifically about the University of South Alabama. We are a medium-sized public institution, and we've got about 14,000 students from over 60 different countries. We've got about 100 different degree programs, 18 research centers, and about 250 different student organizations to join. But the average class size is still about 22 students. So you still get that great opportunity to get to know your classmates as well as your professors. These are some of my favorite photos of campus because they highlight some of the things that I love most, which is how green and open campus is. Campus is about 5 square kilometers. And you can see from the photos, it's a traditional campus. So you really know where campus begins and ends, and everything from your academic buildings, our on campus housing, athletics and recreation, they're all in the same area on our main campus. And you'll find lots of open green spaces, walking trails on campus, as well as state of the art facilities for academics and research and athletics and recreation. These are our different colleges and schools. So our undergraduate and graduate programs take place in one of these schools or colleges. And no matter what program you're studying, you will find a large focus on bringing the real world into the classroom, hands-on experiences, really setting students up for success. And so in our Covey College of Allied Health, that's where you'll find things like biomedical sciences, professional health sciences, speech and hearing sciences. College of Arts and Sciences is everything from the fine arts to biochemistry, international relations, psychology. Our College of Education and Professional Studies, we have education related programs, as well as things like exercise science or hospitality and tourism management. Engineering, computing, and business are our most popular programs for our international students. And I'm going to talk a bit in depth about those today. But I do encourage you to reach out if you have questions about any of our programs. We also have a College of Nursing and a College of Medicine and an honors college for our undergraduate students. And so these hands-on experiences and bringing the real world into the classroom look different in all of these colleges. So it might be working in our human patient simulation lab for our health sciences, working together in cybersecurity competitions. It might be an internship at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, or it might be working in our student managed Jaguar Investment Fund. So it can look a lot of different ways based on what you're studying, but it really is there is a focus on providing our students with opportunities to gain that experience while you're completing your studies. So the first college that I'm going to highlight is our College of Engineering. You can see on the screen here, we have undergraduate, master's, and a PhD in our engineering field. So we have chemical and biomolecular, civil, coastal, and environmental, electrical, computer, mechanical, and systems engineering. And in each of these fields, you'll find specialization areas. And so at the undergraduate level, that looks like your engineering curriculum. Let's say you're doing civil engineering. You'll be doing your required courses for civil engineering, and you'll have opportunities to take courses in things like environmental, coastal engineering, geotechnical engineering. And then at the graduate level is where you're really focusing in on those specializations. But you do get the opportunity as an undergraduate to explore specialization areas, perhaps take courses that will set you up for a biomedical engineering track or an aerospace engineering track. So you have a lot of opportunity in this college, and it is ABET accredited. So when I think about why South Alabama engineering, We have industry connections. So Mobile and the surrounding region is full of engineering industry. So these companies support the College of Engineering and the students by providing internships, co-op education opportunities, and a lot of times full-time jobs upon graduation. The research opportunities, not only as a graduate student, but also as an undergraduate student. You have the opportunity to get involved in research with your faculty members and your fellow classmates. The student to faculty ratio in the college is about 24-1. And in conversations that I've had with the dean and the associate dean in the past, they have described it as the engineering family. So you really do get to know your classmates and your professors in this college. There's also leadership opportunities. I mentioned the number of student groups that we have on our campus. About 20 of those student organizations are specific to engineering. And so you can participate in those organizations, and then throughout your, maybe your third or fourth year of undergraduate study, take on a leadership position. So you get that leadership opportunity. And there's also study abroad opportunities. So there are agreements with universities that we have, so you can study abroad, and the classes that you take during that time will count towards your major requirements. The second college I want to highlight is our School of Computing. And so you can see here we have 4 undergraduate degrees, 2 master's degrees, and a PhD in this school as well. We have computer science, health informatics, information systems, and information technology at the undergraduate level. And then the master's degrees are computer science and information systems. And again, this is an area where you're finding a lot of specializations within the different degree fields. And so at the undergraduate level, that might look like a specific track of courses within your degree. At the master's level, for computer science, you could specialize in information assurance. There are robotics. So you really do have this opportunity to get deep into the field and do research with your faculty members as well. So you also find this overlapping this overlap of degree and fields. So the computing paradigms here are centralized, and so that is what leads to this overlap of degree and fields. We also have a Center for Forensics, Information Technology, and Security, and that connects our faculty and students to industry and government through internships and technology transfer. South Alabama is designated as a national center of academic excellence in information assurance and cyber defense education. And that is a designation given by the National Security Agency and the US Department of Homeland Security. And then the photo that is pictured here is Shelby Hall, which is a state-of-the-art facility for computing and engineering. And so both of those, the School of Computing and the College of Engineering, are in that building together. And you'll find your standard classroom with desks, and the students all facing in one direction. But you'll also find classrooms that were built specifically with group work and research in mind. So it allows you to work together and gain that hands-on experience during your study. And the final college I'm going to highlight today is our Mitchell College of Business. And we have a variety of undergraduate degree programs, as well as a master's in business administration and a PhD in business administration. And again, here you'll find different specialization areas within the different degree programs. So we have an entrepreneurship specialization, human resources, supply chain and logistics management. And so you really do, at the undergraduate level, get that opportunity to explore the different fields. At the master's level, our MBA program can be done in either 12 months or 24 months. And then we do have the PhD in business administration with either a management focus or a marketing focus. And when we think about why South Alabama business, our Mitchell College of Business is AACSB accredited. And this is the highest standard for business school accreditations, and only about 5% of business programs worldwide have this accreditation. So that means we are able to attract and maintain highly qualified faculty, and that faculty create a dynamic learning environment for our students. The instructional approach in the College of Business is very student-centered. So you'll find faculty interacting with their students on a one-on-one and first name basis. But education is also so much more than just what happens in the classroom. So as a student in our College of Business, you have the opportunity to gain experience at our facilities, such as the Center for Real Estate and Economic Development, our John B. Saint Financial Analysis Center, and the Melton Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. You also have a lot of opportunities to study abroad with our business degrees, and each student completes an internship as part of their degree program. For our undergraduate students, we also have our PREP program, which is the Professional Readiness and Engagement Program. So this is a specific program to provide undergraduate students with opportunities to develop the professional skills that are going to be needed in the workplace and to engage with business leaders on a regular basis. And so the activities through this program include seminars and workshops led by area business professionals, and it could also include internships, career fairs, and tours of local companies. We are a high-level research institution as well. So we have research that spans a variety of different fields. We have 18 research centers on our campus, and I picked just a few to put on this slide so you can see the diversity in our research. So we have archaeology, forensics and IT, public policy, health innovation, a cancer research institute, a coastal weather research institute, our Center for Entrepreneurship and Human Patient Simulation Lab, as well as our Dauphin Island Sea Lab. So no matter what field you are studying at the University of South Alabama, you have a variety of opportunities on our campus to take your education to the next level. Before I get into student services and campus life and all of the outside of classroom things, the final thing I want to spotlight is our Global Engagement Certificate. This is an additional certificate open to all undergraduate students. So no matter what you're studying, you can pursue this certificate if you choose. And it recognizes the work and commitment of South Alabama students towards being actively engaged global citizens and being prepared to navigate the global workplace. So it is a combination of coursework and hands-on experiences that can be one more piece to your undergraduate degree to show future graduate schools or future employers that you are culturally competent and ready to enter the global workforce. We have a variety of student services on our campus, everything from academic advising and tutoring, our campus safety. Jaguar Productions is our on-campus production team. So they hold a lot of different events. They're also really involved in connecting our students with the cultural activities of the area as well. So you'll be able to purchase tickets to different city events through them. Our on-campus mail services and transportation are our Mail Hub and JagTran. Our university mascot is the Jaguar. So you'll see a lot of Jag Mail, Jag Tran. So Jag Tran is our on-campus transportation service that is free for students. We have our writing center, and then Global USA is our international division. So this is everything from international admissions, immigration coordinators, and our international student services. And those services that we offer include airport pickup when you first arrive at the Mobile airport. We have a team of student volunteers and orientation leaders that work with our new students to help you get settled into your housing and get ready for international student orientation. But the support doesn't stop after orientation ends. We are around for your entire degree to assist with really anything that you might think of, help connect you to resources on campus, but also in the community. Campus life, there's much more to your experience at a US institution than just your classes. So this is, where you're going to be living and having fun for your degree. So our campus life includes everything from our student organizations to recreational activities, club sports, and our student organizations are very diverse. We've got about 250 on campus. So when we talked about engineering, you saw there are academic student organizations. So they could be related to the degree that you are pursuing. We also have religious organizations, identity-based organizations, and special interest organizations. And they often host events throughout the year that you can participate in or have leadership opportunities in as you go through your degree. Our student recreation center has everything from group fitness classes, an indoor track, weight and cardio machines, a rock climbing wall that's pictured there. We have an indoor pool and an outdoor resort style pool. And one of the things that we have at the beginning of each semester is our on-campus job fair. So if you're interested in potentially having an on-campus job while you're studying, you absolutely have that opportunity as well. We are Division I athletics, and we've got 17 different athletic teams that compete. So a lot of opportunities to attend the games and really be a part of that collegiate athletic culture as well. And then we have about 33 different residence halls on our campus. And these are all in the same area. They're close to the dining hall, and they're all within walking distance of our academic buildings. And they all come with internet and cable TV, unlimited free laundry. They're furnished, so you don't have to worry about getting furniture upon arrival. And you have the academic support staff and housing support staff with you 24/7. For our admissions requirements for undergraduate students, we're going to be looking at your secondary school records. And we're generally looking at a 2.5 on a 4-point scale GPA. And then we do have a testing requirement. So our testing requirement for undergraduate students is a language proficiency exam. And you can see from what's listed here, we have a lot of ways that you can fulfill that requirement. So we recently added Duolingo, but we'll also accept TOEFL, IELTS. If you take the ACT or SAT, we can use that for language proficiency as well. We accept ITEP and PTE, or if you are doing IB or A levels in your secondary school, that can also count for your language proficiency requirement. We do not require the SAT, essays, or letters of recommendation at the application for undergraduate admission. And we're test optional for 2020 to 2021. So if you are interested in learning more about the requirements, on our website, we actually have a list of students who have, if you've attended school in these countries or you're from these countries that are English language exempt. And so if you fall into the English language exemption, then you can apply through the test optional policy as well. At the graduate level, they want to see your undergraduate degree. They have a language proficiency requirement, as well as then either GMAT or GRE. Some programs require letters of recommendation, statement of purpose, and other possible requirements could be your CV or your resume or possibly an interview. So at the graduate level, the admissions decisions begin within the departments. And so the admissions requirements differ a little bit program to program, but that's where I come in. I can get you the exact admissions requirements for the programs that you're interested in, and share helpful links with you to learn a bit more about the graduate program. So I will share my contact information. So definitely reach out if you have any questions at any level. I do want to talk a bit about our cost. This is kind of the average cost per year for undergraduate students and graduate students. This is based on 15 credit hours per semester at the undergraduate level and about 9 credit hours per semester at the graduate level. In our total cost, we include an estimated cost of your living expenses, as well as your health insurance and your books. So for undergraduates, you're looking at about $20,000 to $21,000 per year in tuition. And so your total cost becomes $32,000 to $33,000 per year. And then for graduate students, it's about $16,000 to $17,000 a year in tuition. And the total cost is about $28,000 to $29,000 per year. We do have scholarship and funding opportunities as well. So after you've been admitted, either at the undergraduate or graduate level, you can then qualify for scholarships or funding. So at the undergraduate level, we have our Global USA Scholars, and this is a merit-based award, and it's an automatic award. You don't have to do an additional scholarship application. Instead, we will look at what you've submitted for admissions, and you can qualify for scholarships ranging from $5,000 a year up to $11,000 a year. And the scholarships are stackable, which means you could be awarded more than one scholarship and combine that funding together. And then they also are renewable. So as long as you continue to make good progress towards your degree at the undergraduate level, you can continue to receive that funding each year. So we have our merit scholarship. We have a music scholarship. So this is talent-based. It does require an audition, and we can do a virtual audition, of course. The You Are Welcome Here scholarship. So we are part of that scholarship campaign. And instead of looking at grades or test scores, we require that you fill out a separate scholarship application for this one. And you provide an essay or a short video clip in response to an essay prompt. So generally, we're looking at students who are passionate about international education. They're passionate about increasing intercultural understanding and breaking down barriers between people. And then we do have some athletic scholarships as well. At the graduate level, we don't have university-wide scholarships. Instead, it's the graduate assistantship. And so you're applying directly to the department that you're studying in, or perhaps a separate office on campus, and you're applying directly to them for funding. And the funding structure is that if awarded, you would have a tuition waiver up to a certain number of credits per semester. You would work for that department or that office, and you would receive a stipend. So we do have some graduate assistantships available. Again, this is an area where you would want to be talking directly to the department about the type of funding that they have available for the year that you are interested in applying. And then you may find some departmental scholarships as well. So again, that's going to be specifically from a department for the students who are studying or completing a degree program in that department. So we do have funding and scholarships available at our undergraduate and graduate levels. So what I'm going to do now is pull up my contact information. This is my email address, my WhatsApp, so you can reach me on WhatsApp. I've also included our website. So this is where you'll be able to find scholarship information, admissions information. southalabama.edu/globalusa is kind of our international student landing page. So everything that you would need is kind of just a few clicks away from there. I also put up our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. So you can get a feel for what's happening on our campus, the different types of events that are happening, the different news highlights that are coming out of the University of South Alabama, and then our departmental email address as well. You can feel free to email me directly if you'd like, and you can also send me messages by WhatsApp. So I'm going to leave this up here so that everybody can snap a photo of it or take a screenshot. We're gonna open it up for Q&A, but I do thank you all for joining me to hear and learn about the University of South Alabama, and I'm here to answer your questions.
Okay, great. Thank you for a brilliant presentation, Hannah. I guess we just open the floor to questions. We have a few in the Q&A box, as I can see. Okay, so first question. Hi, does the institution help the student with leadership opportunities and working alongside their degree?
Yeah, so a lot of times leadership opportunities are going to be something that a student takes on usually like their second year once they've kind of gotten a feel for the opportunities on campus. And leadership opportunities can look like a lot of different things. So whether you're in a student organization and you want to become the president of that organization, or perhaps, you know, the secretary of that organization and be involved in kind of guiding where that student organization goes. All of our student organizations have a faculty or staff member that are kind of the like the mentor for the student organization. And so there's always going to be faculty or staff that are there to support the students in the organization. Perhaps you want to take on leadership roles in another way. The fact that you're able to get work closely and really kind of form that bond with your faculty members is going to be huge. Because they're the experts in those different fields. And so they could encourage you to apply for different possibly internships or help kind of explore your opportunities. And so in that way, your faculty are the ones kind of you helping you work through the field. Like I would be more than happy to help someone talk about leadership in engineering. I just don't know that I would be the best person for a student. So your faculty members are going to be key when it's coming into that specific area. We also have our Global USA staff. So we meet you right when you arrive from your orientation, and we do try to make it very clear that we're here to kind of help with whatever. Whether it's on campus or off campus or resources. And so we've done a lot to support students through any challenges that they might face, but also connect them with either other students who are maybe from the same country but have been here a bit longer or are studying the same program. And then we connect them with our community resources as well. And so we have some student groups that are really supported by our community. And so you do get that support from the institution in terms of leadership opportunities. When it comes to work, we have a lot of on-campus job opportunities for students. And so one of the things that we do as Global USA staff is promote job openings when we hear of them throughout the semester on our social media feeds. But we also promote the on-campus job fair. And that happens at the beginning of every semester. And if you've ever been to like a university fair where you walk in and everybody is set up at the tables, it's like that, except different, instead of different universities, it's the different jobs that are hiring students on campus. So you're able to go in, actually talk to somebody from that office, learn about what the job duties would be. And if you think you're a good fit for what they're looking for, you can apply often that day right at the fair. So there are a lot of ways to get involved, and we really do support you as best we can.
Awesome. Okay, and the next question. How is the process, I think they mean, what is the process to get a student visa in the current COVID times?
Yeah, so what the first step in a student visa is being accepted into an institution. And then you do have some specific requirements of what we need from you in order to issue an I-20. And that's the document that you need to get your visa process started. Of course, with embassy closures, some embassies are taking emergency appointments. Some embassies are, I saw a compiled list of wait times the other day. So some you can get it in under 2 weeks. Some it's emergency appointment only. So it really is, the process itself is, the process, but how that's working during COVID is very location dependent. And we actually have a director of immigration and immigration coordinators who work directly with our students through that process. So depending on when you're looking to start your program, I definitely suggest reaching out to me. I can connect you with our immigration coordinators, and then based on the embassy or consulate situation around you, they'll be able to talk to you through that process specific to you, given the current situation.
Perfect. Okay, and another question. If I am a graduate, would I be able to still live on campus, or would I be able to have some help in finding accommodation elsewhere?
Yeah, so we do not have a requirement for students to live on campus for undergraduate or graduate students. Um, Undergraduate students, we definitely highly recommend living on campus, especially for that first year. Most of our graduate students live off campus, but you are absolutely able to live on campus if you choose. We have had grad students do that in the past. Our on-campus housing ranges from more traditional, like suite style dormitories to apartment style dorms. So you can very much have that apartment feel, but still be living on campus. And our housing website actually has the floor plans of the different types of rooms. So you can see exactly what they would look like. But in terms of if you are interested in living off campus, that is where our student services coordinator comes in. We have a lot of apartment complexes listed on our website, the ones that are very close to campus. We have ones that are, literally across the street from campus. So that generally tends to be some of the most popular because you are, all you have to do is cross the street and you're at the student recreation center. And then we have some that are a little bit further than maybe they're not quite across the street, but they're within walking distance. And so campus kind of is its own defined area, and then around it you find apartment complexes, restaurants, shops, those kinds of things. And so that's absolutely where those support services I talked about come in. We can help send you different websites, connect you with people if needed. And so that is something that we try to do. I remember I moved here 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago. And looking for an apartment in a place that you've never been can be really stressful. So we all understand that, and we try to prevent as much of that stress as possible. So a lot of times that looks like either connecting students with current students who can talk about where they live, why they like it, why they don't like it if they don't, and kind of get that student to student viewpoint about the apartment complexes and things like that. But again, that's where you can always email us and we will connect you either with current students or send you some information that you can take a look at. And we're here to help as much as we can through that process.
Awesome. Okay, so I think we're on to our last question now, and this is from Amy Santos. I'm from South America, so I still need to improve my English. Is there any extra English courses for foreigners at the
So we
university?
do. we do not have ESL courses at the university. So our students are required to meet that minimum language proficiency for either undergraduate or their graduate programs in order to be fully admitted to the institution.
Okay, well, I guess that's the end of the Q&A. Do let us know, obviously, if you have any more questions for Hannah. All of her details are on the screen right now. And of course, do visit Viva-Mundo for some more insights into other universities as well, to broaden your university experience. Do sign up to our newsletter as well. And I want to give a big thank you to Hannah Murphy today and the University of South Alabama. I hope you've enjoyed it. And do let us know if you have any more questions. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.